how you doing? It's Jeff back again with another Saxon song, which was requested by a number of my students out there. Just keep those suggestions rolling in. Of course, we're talking Princess of the Night from the Denim and Leather album. Really is a fun song to play, not too hard either. It's just the speed on this one. So we're just going to take it nice and easy when you go through this, building up your speed. You'll get it down, no problem. And even if you can't get it up to the full speed, it's still going to sound pretty good on a fairly active beat. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, hi, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. If you're into Saxon, Judas Priest, and of course Iron Maiden, then you're really going to love this channel. Cover lots and lots of songs, and we're building them week after week here to a big library. So why not click on that subscribe button, click on the bell. You'll be doing you a huge favor and also helping me out. So just check that out and do support me. Well, enough of the plugs. I'm sure you want to get into this song and learn how to play it straight away. So, you know the score. Don't go away.
Preview.
Before we get started in the lesson, just to point out that Saxon always tune down a half tone. They're always tuned down to E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. I have got a locking trim system. It takes far too long for me to do that. So what I've done, I have put it into standard tuning. Also, all the tablature that you will see that's linked to this is also in standard tuning. So just make a note of that. If you're playing along with the track, you are going to have to tune down. But the backing track and everything that I produced is in standard tuning for you. Right, let's look at that opening riff. So I'll just quickly play it through and then we'll break it down. Right, so what we're doing now, we are playing an E5 power chord, followed by 2 chugs on the E. And we're going to play that 5 times. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to move up to an F sharp 5, which is 9th fret and 11th fret on the D, and we're going to play. So we're hitting down on the F sharp, sliding up to the G, back down. Now that is quite fast, as you saw when I was doing that little example. So you need a little bit of practice getting that movement there. Then we move down to a D5 power chord, and we're going to play that same movement where we're doing power chord followed by the 2 chugs, but this time we're only going to do it 4 times, and we don't play the 2 chugs after the 4. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we move back up to the F sharp 5 to the G. And then we're back playing our normal rhythm. So we're just going to keep repeating that. And that just goes round and round and round. Intro and also to the verses. So what I'm going to do now is play the chorus, and I'm going to start it by playing the last section of the verse going into the chorus, so you can see how it links into that section. So it goes like this. Right, so taking it from that last line of the verse, we've got the normal down to the D. Now instead of going back up to the F sharp and the G, we are going to play a D, C sharp, C. Finishing then on a B. Now we're going to hold that for 1, 2, 3, 4, and And on the and, we go up to the C, 2, 3, 4, and to a D. Then we're just going to play it across. Once we hit that, we go 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Back to the B for the third time, and then we do that. Now that last little part is going across a C to a D to an E, but the movement 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's C, 2 chugs, C, 2 chugs, D5, 1 chug, and then back. So that is the chorus section. What we're going to do now, we're just going to look at what is the rhythm guitar being played by behind Paul Quinn's solo, shall I say. Right, let's check it out. Okay, what we're doing there, we're starting off on an E power chord. And I'm going to do an E, so I'm just playing open string of 2. Then back on just an open E string. Then 3 on the low E, back to an open. So first part. Then we go into 5 on the A string, to a 4, back to an E power chord. Now we let that ring out, so now this time, instead of doing that power chord on the E, we're just going to go to the open string because we're letting that last power chord on the E5 ring out. So we get, and then just doing a 5-4 and hold. So put the 2 together. And then we repeat. Now the next part, let me just play it through. And what we're doing there, big old powerful power chord, that 5 chord we're playing here. I'm holding down 5 on the A and the D, then it's 7 on the G, and then 8 on the B string. So what we're doing there, we're playing a G chord, but we're playing it in this format. It really does give a nice real growling sound there. And we're just going to move down G, F sharp, to the F, to the E. So we play that through, I believe that's 4 times we play that through, and then it goes straight back into the chorus. So as we come back down that, from the solo, it goes back to a verse and then a chorus and a verse and a chorus. They do have a guitar solo that Graham Oliver plays over the top, and all that's happening there is we just play our normal intro riff, which is that. That is played over what Graham Oliver is doing through his guitar solo, which of course takes you to the end of the song. What I thought would be fun though, let's have a look at the main structured part of Graham Oliver's solo. So I'll just play it through and then we'll break it down. So let me just play it through and then I will break it down for you. So it goes like this. Okay, it's not too bad. It's all what we call octave playing. So what we're doing there, we are holding down 5 fret on the A string. We are muting the D string with our first finger, and then I'm holding down the 7th fret on the G string, and I'm also then muting the other B and the E string. I also have my second finger is muting the E string. I also use the tip of my first finger because all I want to hear when I'm playing is them 2 notes. That's all I want to hear when I'm playing, because I'm going to be playing up and down, because I've got to play this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 sequence. Now we always start off moving up to a chord. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 is the count. So we get this, that. But I'm going to be moving 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. Now we're always going to stay on each position for 2 bars. So I'm going to move from the D5 up to the G5, and it goes 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, and then we go. So I'm moving from 5 to 7, and then from 7 to 9. Then I go 9 to 10. Obviously that is always going to be 2 strings down, 2 frets forward, but I'm just using the first finger as the guide. So we're going from 9 to 10. Up to 12, 14. Then I do 12 to 14. Now the next part we're going to move up, it's right cramped up here, we're going to move up to 17 and 19, but his rhythm changes. And we get this. That's that rhythm there. And we're going to play that groove, that 4 times. Then we move up to 19 and 21, really cramped up here, and we're just going to play that last part. Just 1E and a 2E and that. And that takes you to the end of the set piece solo for Graham Oliver's solo part there. Now from there, what he's doing, he's just playing around on the E minor pentatonic position. And it's just a series of bends and just moving across the pentatonic. So you can just pretty much have some fun. When you come out of that, then you can get out. Just moving around simple E minor pentatonic. Playing them notes, going to sound relatively the same. He does like to get that bend out. Just put nice lots of bends in. Full tone bends are all going to sound pretty cool over that. Now you'll have the backing track that you can play along through that. So you can play that little solo length, which is the set piece one, and then and that would take you to the end of the song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed learning how to play Princess of the Night by Saxon. As you can see, a relatively easy song. That's why I thought I'd put that little bits in at the end there. Just it's the speed, if anything. So, as usual in all of the lessons, and also where I always tell my students on the Skype lessons, take your time. Build it up nice and slowly until you can perfect that down with the chugs and also the power chords. And then just take the speed up. Well, I'm going to let you go, but until the next time, this is Jeff wishing you well, stay safe, and I'll speak to you again real soon. Until then, goodbye.